got a lot to talk about here. The NFL has been on crack cocaine, just absolutely insane around the league. No pun intended. None of you will understand that, but anyway. So yeah, the NFL's been absolutely insane, and I was texting my buddy. He's a Steelers fan, and I was like, "Hey, I'm happy a little bit that you got Russ. I still think he can be good, but man, my number one nightmare is that the Steelers go out and they trade for Justin Fields." Well, guess what? Here we are, 3/16 day, Tino's birthday, and shout out to you, happy birthday, fat ass. Hope you had a good one. Anyway, so on Tino's birthday, the Steelers go out and they quite literally trade absolutely nothing and land Justin Fields. Just getting into this one, I am very, 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 very pissed off at this. And it's not at the Steelers. I'm not mad at the Pittsburgh Steelers for making this move. This is a move I would make if I was heading up the Pittsburgh Steelers, if I was their GM. What I'm upset at is we're sitting here in this crazy NFL free agency. Guys are getting traded. There's teams signing big-time players. And we're going to talk about Caleb Williams and the Bears and what that all means here soon. But Chicago was always trading Justin Fields, and I feel like the NFL knew that. Everybody knew that. But with all the quarterback moves made around the league, Minnesota, Seattle, Denver, the Giants, the Raiders, the Patriots, there are countless teams that are sitting here currently, and obviously, yes, the Seahawks traded for Sam Howell, whatever, and there's others who have filled their holes at quarterback, but there are countless teams around the NFL that need starting quarterbacks, and Justin Fields sat out there on the market and sat out there on the market. Teams knew he was available, and you had Desmond Ridder go to, where did he go? He went to the Arizona Cardinals. I would argue that Rondale Moore for Desmond Ridder is more than what the Steelers gave up for Justin Fields. The Washington Commanders, if I'm not mistaken, got more for Sam Howell than the Bears got for Justin Fields. The Pittsburgh Steelers, we'll talk about this one, traded Kenny Pickett and got more than what the Chicago Bears got for Justin Fields. So we sit here today, and Russell Wilson is the starting quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and Justin Fields is the backup. And I don't blame Pittsburgh. I look around the league, and I blame all of you owners and all of you GMs, because the Steelers never should have had this opportunity. And it is flat out bullshit that they had the chance to get Justin Fields as a backup. And what I don't understand is, like, it's one thing if you're in a situation like the Philadelphia Eagles, for example, and Jalen Hurts is the guy, right? You trade for Kenny Pickett, Kenny Pickett's a backup. If some of these teams traded for Justin Fields, the fans would be clamoring for him to be the starter. It would be a lot of pressure for him to be the starter. I understand that. I really do. But what are we doing here? You're telling me the Las Vegas Raiders wouldn't rather have Justin Fields than currently Aiden O'Connell? And what are you going to do? You're going to go out and draft J.J. McCarthy to suck and blow up your team for the next 5+ years? Like, it is amazing to me how the Pittsburgh Steelers were able to pull this off. They had no business even being an option. Like, this never should have been on the table. And now Justin Fields goes to the Pittsburgh Steelers. And Tony, I'll get to you here one second. But everybody's talking about, why are you afraid? Why are you afraid of Justin Fields? He sucked in Chicago. Let me tell you something. The Chicago Bears did absolutely nothing to help Justin Fields while he was there. This offseason, they go out and they make a bunch of moves to help out Caleb Williams. They don't help out Justin Fields. And Justin, despite having no offensive line, little to no weapons, still was okay. He was still solid. I don't think he's completely broken. And when you sit here and ask the question, why are you so upset that Justin Fields is a Pittsburgh Steeler? Because we have been through the ringer at quarterback as Browns fans. We have watched Brandon Weeden, Deshaun Kaiser, Johnny Manziel, and the list goes on and on and on. And the Steelers, post Big Ben, have had Mason Rudolph and Kenny Pickett. That's it, right? Unless I'm forgetting something. Mitch Trubisky. But that's it. That's it. We've had this long list, and all we want as Browns fans and as fans in the NFL, because nobody likes Steelers. Nobody likes the Steelers except they're terrible fans. But everybody wants the Steelers to go through quarterback purgatory because they deserve it. And here we are, a couple quarterbacks later, and they have a former Super Bowl winning quarterback in Russell Wilson as their starter, and a guy coming out of college who was electric, who had an arm, who made plays with his legs, and comes into the NFL with the Bears. And is he perfect? No, but he's a playmaker. And he's a guy who could potentially, if things don't go right with Russell Wilson, there's a young starting quarterback, potential franchise quarterback, stepping in for the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's utter bullshit that this was even possible to happen. It's insane. It is absolutely insane. And, you know, everybody who's like, oh, Fields sucks, get ready. Get ready, because odds are he's probably going to be the starter at some point. What does that mean? I don't know. But I don't even like the possibility that they have their quarterback. Kenny Pickett sucked. Justin Fields is way better than Kenny Pickett. So take that for what you will. But Tony, the Steelers somehow manage to get Russell Wilson and Justin Fields and completely revitalize their quarterback room and their situation at quarterback. What was your reaction when you saw the trade, and what's your reaction now that the dust has kind of settled a little bit?
Well, now that your long-winded, 8.5-minute rant
I'm pissed.
is over,
I really am. I'm sorry.
Obviously, I was kind of unhappy as well. Not happy about the idea of the Steelers getting Justin Fields or Russell Wilson, as I've said on past podcasts. It's one of those things that it's like, does God hate the Cleveland Browns? And I don't want to go this route, potentially offend people, but it's kind of ridiculous how unlucky this franchise has been. And it seems like ever since we've gotten good, the teams around us in the AFC North have gotten 3 times as better over the same course of span of time. Fields apparently isn't going to start right away in Pittsburgh. I don't know if I believe that. I don't know if that's just Mike Tomlin, kind of trying to be nice to Russell Wilson and be like, oh no, we believe in you. Because I love Russell Wilson, but let's be honest, he seems like one of those players that needs to have that positive confidence. Otherwise, he just looks bad, which could be why he struggled in Denver with Sean Payton and Nathaniel Hackett. But a hot topic throughout the rest of the offseason is going to be this Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback battle. So if you are Mike Tomlin, if you are the Steelers, are you starting Justin Fields? Are you starting Russell Wilson? I say you let him battle it out in camp. I think either way, whoever doesn't start is going to get some wrinkles worked into the playbook for them throughout games. But the Steelers definitely have a two-headed monster, and it pains me to say this, but I really do think we have the worst quarterback in the AFC North now. As frustrating as that is to say, Deshaun Watson and Russell Wilson are right there on par for 3rd and 4th. I would still have to put Joe Burrow and Lamar Jackson 1 and 2, and I'm sure I'm going to get a lot of pushback online for that. But again, and I've said this multiple times, and Deshaun, please don't block me on Twitter for this. You got to show me something. I know you were doing well before you got hurt, but I need consistency, man. I just want some consistency out of you. I know you're a great quarterback. I know you have the ability to play well. You got to show it on the field, and you got to stay healthy. And maybe you could easily be the top quarterback in the division, conference, league, whatever, by the end of the year if you stay healthy and consistent. But like I said, Derek, Justin Fields or Russell Wilson, who would you start with to open up the season if you're the Steelers?
Well, it's a tough conversation because you don't necessarily have to start either one. You're paying both of them pennies on the dollar in terms of quarterback value in the NFL. But man, Russell Wilson's going to be the starter. That's already pretty much been announced. I mean, that can definitely change without a doubt. If Russell Wilson comes out in camp and just absolutely sucks, you know, who knows? Who knows? Maybe there is a world where Justin Fields could become the starter week 1, but without a doubt, just gut feeling, Justin Fields will start for the Pittsburgh Steelers at some point. I just got that feeling in my stomach that at some point he's going to be the starter. The problem is not necessarily this season, because I think odds are one of these two quarterbacks could potentially be long-term for the Steelers. Like that's the scary part about the whole situation, is whether if it's Russell Wilson and he kind of revitalizes his career post Denver in Pittsburgh with the Steelers, or if it's Justin Fields becoming what we thought he could be coming out of college at Ohio State, with the Bears. That's the scary thing, Tony. It's horrifying that, and in a division, you mentioned it, Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson's here, Deshaun Watson, and now you have Russell Wilson and Justin Fields here. That's scary.